If you look at Kenya, for example, the Kenyan landscape, most people don't come to the stadium. So we're like, how do we then get to the people who don't come to the stadium? So we looked at it and looked at Facebook Live. And it also came at a time when KPL, Supersport had just terminated the contract with KPL. So there was no way at that particular point that matches were being watched. So we looked at it and decided, you know what, this can also be a revenue stream for the club. Therefore, we went and started Facebook Live for the club and many other digital initiatives that we have taken as a team.
Very true. This visit by Everton, I mean, this thing is big. It is so big, as in, what does it mean to you? Are you starting to feel the effects of Everton coming over? What are these effects and how prepared are you for this historic moment?
I can say we are prepared, very prepared. Ashafunga bao sita.
Na utaji mtu.
So we are very prepared to face that team. We appreciate the quality and the pedigree of Everton. And we believe that slowly by slowly, we intend to be such a club, to get to such levels, of course. Probably not in my lifetime, but I believe that the Sharks will get there. If I talk about the effects, I mean, for any brand, there's something called brand awareness or something like that. Yeah? So Sharks is a team that is growing. It's a brand that is growing. And this game with Everton has really pushed us to another level where now we try to see how we're going to be positioned in terms of getting sponsors and investors in the club.
Talking about sponsors, SportPesa, of course, being title sponsors of our top flight league in Kenya, the impact that they've had in terms of football, just besides just giving money, definitely football has changed. Definitely.
And I would love to really appreciate SportPesa because at a time when sponsors were pulling away from the football industry in Kenya, they were among the very few people that stood with football. They're among the very few corporates that have invested in, say, the national team, or not national team really, but the FKF. I think they sponsor the SportPesa Shield that Kariobangi Sharks won last year to proceed to CAF. And they've done a lot for football. Apart from this, I think they have the Kids for Kenya initiative also that is running. So there's a lot that they've invested in football, and we are grateful as stakeholders, and I pray that they continue doing it. Yeah.
Now, how do you survive in this harsh? If you look at most of the teams who have been there for a long time, the likes of, we know them, you formed in 2000, and in 2019, you're a team that everybody wants to be associated with. What are you doing different that other teams that have been there are not doing? What is this unique thing about Kariobangi Sharks? Because you've survived, where do you get your revenue? As in, how do you buy your players? How do you source them? Where do you source them? Ndio watu wangu wa mtaani wajue wanaweza join aje Kariobangi Sharks na watakuwa sure wakifika Kariobangi Sharks watapeleka food home.
Okay. As it is right now, currently, the club is being funded by the management. We don't have a solid sponsors. Of course, we have.
You can mention them. They'll feel nice if you mention them.
No,
you know.
they don't like being mentioned.
Yeah, but there you're right.
Yes. So apart from that, we also have some well-wishers who come on board once in a while to help the team out. Our players, if you look at how the team is set up, it is majorly made up of very young players, youth players. And most of the time we get these players straight from school. I think we are among the few clubs, if not the only one, that can get our players direct from high school and bring them to play top flight. So most of the time that is how we source for our players, because we also have a youth team, a well-established youth setup. We have the under-13s, we have under-17, under-20, and now we have the senior team. We have the under-15 also in between. So you see, we can easily identify a player from the time he's 13 years old, and then they grow through the ranks up to the senior team. And we have partnerships with high schools, some high schools in the country, that we get players and then either try them either in our under-20. If they're good enough, then they come to the senior team. Or if they're exceptional, then they come to the senior team immediately.
I'm sure you've been selling players in and out of the country, different clubs. How is that business? Where have you reached with it? Is it bringing fruits to the table at Kariobangi Sharks?
I can say, honestly, football, player transfer, it should be lucrative. I mean, we once did business with Cape Town, and we saw how we saw the potential that that particular trade of revenue can bring. So, well, between clubs, not so much in Kenya, because the state of football in Kenya also, we are at a point when probably we are trying to rejuvenate. So there's still a lot that still needs to be done. Now, if we get a player that we can sell outside, then it becomes very lucrative for the club. Yeah.
Very true. Kariobangi Sharks. Of course, you're talking to the CEO, Chief Executive. Yes, Chief Executive also of Kariobangi Sharks, Linda Ambio. Linda, so when are we doing our trials? Because you said you have edge structures, but I'm sure you always have these trials just before the season. Have you done? Are you through with them? Or when are you doing them? Where are you doing them? Because unajua we have players even in this office who like to come for those trials.
Oh, we don't have plans for trials as yet.
Okay.
Because right now, the season was so tight, so we by the time we were breaking, we have to prepare for Everton. Maybe after Everton, then we can look at how we can try to have trials, but not planned for as of now.
After Everton, what next? After Everton, of course, we've played Everton. So after that, because we're going to Everton, then we play Everton, then Kariobangi Sharks wins, then.
No, it will be setting pace for the league. I mean, it will be setting us up to what we want to achieve for the 2019-2020 league. Yeah, so probably we want to take a shot at the league.
Because scouts will be here, your fellow CEO,
Yes.
your counterpart from, of course, is coming
Yes.
over. A lady as well.
Yes. Which is very exciting. So we don't know. Maybe there'll be a player they like and they want to do business. I'll really appreciate that. But then that game really sets the tone for us now as we prepare to start the league. Yeah, so yeah, we're looking forward to having a great season that will be defined maybe by our game at Everton. It will show how much quality we have or don't have.
Very true.
Exactly.